it up. Now moving on to again the make it or break it thing. The software is one of those things that I'm not really a huge fan of. You are on Android 9. I think it got Android 10 and I don't know if it's getting Android 11. And this is one of those devices that, with Android, especially with Samsung, they kind of, with their A series, it looks like they're only doing maybe an extra year of software updates or something. So it's definitely not getting every single year updates. It's definitely, kind of scattered out. But when you have a device like this that, I'll be honest, with this type of chipset and everything inside of it, the software, because it just demands so many resources, you're already kind of outdated in a way. You're in a situation where the device just really doesn't hold up extremely well. And this is another kind of make it or break it thing. I think it's probably the camera and the software that is just one of those things that I'm not really a huge fan of. I think if you can kind of look over the software, or if there's somehow you can custom ROM it or something, then I would say by all means, I think this is not that bad of a device. But when you factor in, like I stated before, all those other things about this device, you consider the camera and the software, even for that price tag, you can pick up phones that are cheaper than this thing, custom ROM it, and have a way better experience. I think a phone like a Galaxy S8 is one of those devices that I can think of, or maybe a Pixel 1 or something like that. Those are around the same prices, and I think that device is probably the better one ultimately. But I think in terms of the software, it's one of those areas I'm not a huge fan of. But the battery life is a crazy good feature about this device. This thing has a 4,000 milliamp hour battery inside of it, and that is a really impressive thing. As stated before, when you have a device like this, the battery life is just crazy. You can just keep using this thing forever, and it has a lower resolution panel. Even though it's a big panel, it is a lower resolution, and that's a pretty big asset for it. So I think in terms of the battery life, it's probably one of the best things about this device next to the price tag. But when you factor in, the software and the camera, it definitely gives you a much stranger experience, and you kind of have to look at the whole picture to kind of look at it, in terms of whether it's worth it or not. So in terms of that pretty much covers up those things. Now ending it